This video is for Mathematics 45, Section 2, Finite Mathematics and Calculus. So the problem that we have in front of us gives us the function for the demand and gives us the function for the supply. So this is a supply and demand equation. We have to find the equilibrium quantity and the equilibrium price. So first, let's write down our two equations. For our demand function, it is p squared plus 8q equals 1,200. That is our demand function. And for our supply, it is 300 minus p squared plus 14q, which is equal to 0. That is our supply. So first you notice we don't have the p or the q on either side. So first thing we have to solve is to get p squared on one side. For the first equation, we're going to do p squared, and then we're going to subtract the 8q over to the other side. So then it will equal 1,200 minus 8q. On this other side, it's quite a bit more simpler. Instead, you just add the p squared to the other side since the other side is 0, and it's 300 plus 14q, which is equal to p2. Now both of these have p2, which makes them equal to each other. So from here, you can do 1,200 minus 8q is equal to 300 plus 14q. You can now add the 8q and subtract the 1,200, which will get you 900 plus negative 900 plus 22q, which is equal to 0. Now is the simple part. Get the 900 onto one side, which then equals to 22q is equal to 900. Divide by 22, so you get the q by itself. Q is equal to 900 over 22. Now, of course, we could actually multiply this and get a decimal, but to make our lives easier, instead, we are just going to simplify it by 2. And so now Q is equal to 450 over 11. Alrighty, so now that we've solved for the equilibrium quantity, now we have to solve for the equilibrium price. So to do that, we're going to input our Q value into our first equation, which is p squared equals 1,200 minus 8q. So we'll write it right over here. P squared equals 1,200 minus 8 multiplied by 450 over 11. Now, here's a bit of a tricky part, is you actually, to get p by itself, you have to square root it. And along with this other side, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So now p is equal to square root of 1,200 minus 8 multiplied by 450 over 11. Now p is equal to 29.54. Alrighty, so now we have both our p and our q value. Now what we need to do is we need to check our work. To check our work, we put in our values into our second equation since we used the first equation to solve for the p value. So our second equation is going to be p squared is equal to 300 plus 14q. Alrighty, from here, our p is going to be 29.54 squared is equal to 300 plus 14q. Our q value is 450 over 11. When you do the p squared, you get 872.611, ... So now, when you do the other side, 14 multiplied by 450 divided by 11, you get the same 872. So we checked both our p and q. So the equilibrium quantity is going to be 450 divided by 11, or if you have a calculator with you, that value is 40.90, and our equilibrium price is our p, which is 29.54.
If you like this video, make sure you go check out the description for Financial Lemons, as they helped to make this. They did all the math as well as most of the editing. And if you want more problems like this, there's a playlist in the description. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Again, make sure to check out Financial Lemons for for the best honest financial advice.